All right, league-wide, before we sim the playoffs that we are not a part of. In terms of points, 101 for Sidney Crosby. You had Ovi up there, Steven Stamkos, Anze Kopitar, and Patrick Kane rounding out the top 5. The top goal scorer, Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, Taylor Hall, Evgeny Malkin, and then Patrick Kane, Steven Stamkos, and Max Pacioretty, all with 38. Not bad. Portland Pirates NHL 24 expansion team when they make a better pirate logo. 77 points for Mike Green. You had Barry up there, Drew Doughty, Chris Letang, and Keith Yandel. Top goal scorer was Yandel. Tommy Vanelli was up there. I didn't sign when I could have. Eric Jelena. 15 goals for Torrey Krug. Mike Green was there too. Let's see. Well, it's a good thing we traded Jordan to court. Holy shit. You don't like the Buccaneer flag they got? Not really. It doesn't fit well in the jerseys. Great season. Oh my God. 92 overall for Louis Philippe, also known as Louis Guindon. Jesus Christ. I shouldn't have let go of Alex Stalock. What's the rookie race look like? In terms of points, Valentin Zykov, Kurt Sugihara, who was the number 1 overall pick in last year's drafts, Tommy Vanelli, Tyson Bailey, Jake Virtanen. What a loser. What a loser. Louis sounds like a Pokemon. It probably is, man. They have a Pokemon that's a pumpkin, that's a candelabra. I'm pretty sure there's a new Pokemon that's a dishwasher. You know? All right, Pirates have made the playoffs. The Bridgeport Sound Tigres stand in their way. Yet again, I do believe. Cannot escape Bridgeport. Can't escape them. 6-1 win. Not bad. Don't forget the key ring. Ah, yes, my favorite Pokemon, Jingle Keys. God damn it. Is there a Pokemon that's like a pacifier at this rate? My God, we might sweep Bridgeport. Woo! A sweet, beautiful sweep from Mike Brown's Portland Pirates. You'll love to see it. Honestly, if we win a Calder Cup, I consider that more important than a Stanley Cup, given the era that we're in. So, you'll love to see it. Let's see. The Hershey Burrs. The Hershey Burrs. In round number 2. Derek Jeter. Number 2. Derek Jeter. So we finally lose for the first time. To your knowledge, can you start a Maya era with the start of the Raptors, or is it just sim 3 seasons and leave whatever team? You have to sim up to the point that they get added into. You can't pick the specific year that they were added in. But you can take control of them once they are added in as an expansion team. We are down 3-1 in this series after winning game number 1. And the Pirates stave off elimination now. Shout out to Can I Lick Yo Ankles? You'll have to ask my wife's permission. Thank you for the follow. KK and balls. Yeah. It's not that it's not that difficult to sim though, Crash. It's pretty fast. We fall to the Hershey Burrs in 6 games. Those are the Portland Pirates that I know and love. Crashing and burning at a terrible time. You hate to see it. The best run Bears organization in North America. How dare you insult the top 10 ranked Maine Black Bears? Let's fucking go. That wasn't a no. It's true, it wasn't a no. I need my wife's permission. That feels like a pretty intense and personal thing. And, you know, who's to say? I don't know. I feel like letting someone lick your ankles isn't something you know you're into until you just say, fuck it, let's try it. You know? And life's short. Life's short. You know? Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Fuck's sake. Life's short. Look at someone ankle. Yeah, hey. What a good husband already has. Let me ask my wife's permission. Doogie's entered his swinger era. Well, fun fact: the rumor of the people who used to live in this house was that there was some swanging that went on back in the day in this very house. So, you know, we gotta you gotta keep an open mind at least. Right down the street from a church too. The heathens. God. The ghost of shagging's past, present, and future. That's why the carpet was so worn in. Yeah. I believe it was the Carolina Hurricanes who won the Stanley Cup. In 7 games over Los Angeles, the Hurricanes finally don't blow it in the conference finals. My previous homeowners used to cook meth in the basement. You didn't say that you didn't continue the tradition, though. You know? Let's see. The Art Ross Trophy to Sidney Crosby. Hart to Alexander Oven Chicken. The Norris to Mike Green. Bing to Nathan McKinnon. The Calder to Valentin Zykov. Conn Smythe to some fucking loser. Vezina to Louis-Philippe Guindon. The Guindon. Selke to Jonathan Taves. Ted Lindsay Award to Alexander Ovechkin. The Rocket Richard to Alexander Ovechkin. The Calder Cup goes to the Hershey Burrs. Let's see. The AHL's point leader is Roland McCown. The league MVP, Philip Forsberg. Top goal scorer, Blake Ronning. Straight out of camp. Top rookie, Blake Ronning. Top defenseman, Roland McCown. Top goaltender, Eddie Lack. The MVP of the playoffs, Eetu Laurikainen. That is it for the 2018-19 season. Let's get to yet another draft, shall we? Another draft. My buddy bought a house that had a stripper pole on a stage with a ceiling and floor lights. I mean, that I would have put that in the listing if I was the real estate agent. That's a perk. That is a perk. Why were / are Pokemon sexualized so much? Everything is sexualized so much. That's just the world that we live in. It's Ryan Clough, Paul Gostad, Jarrett Stoll, Fedor Tootin, and Paul Martin all retired. As did Yanni Pickett and Andy Green. It's a damn good thing we traded Andy Green when we did. That worked out very well. Tom Gilbert retired. Christ. Maybe they should stop making sexy Pokemon. You know, with logic like that, who am I to disagree? Find a way to fault that logic. All right. There we go. What does this chat become? That's what this chat's always been, man. Where have you been? You've been here for a long time. That's what this chat's always been. We lose the draft lottery, falling from 3 to 4, which is unfortunate. The Rangers won it. So we had the 3rd overall pick last year. This year we have the 4th pick. Reimer was traded for James Wisniewski. We will have to see if the New York Rangers are looking to make a trade. They are not. Was Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's willing to trade. Vancouver is not. So there is a chance of us getting that 3rd pick. And honestly, it shouldn't take much for us to move up. I wouldn't mind using Torrey Krug because of some of the other younger defenders that we have. Krug was good this year. That'd be $5 million off the books. It wouldn't be a bad way to go. I, again, can't help but wonder if Matt Barzal is going to have to get dealt. Torrey Krug. Can we send you in the 4th overall pick to Pittsburgh to move up 1 spot? The answer is yes. We might have lost some value on that, but we do move up. Eli goes 1st overall. And then Aubrey second. So that leaves us with whom? Apparently nobody that we know anything about. Stützle! God. We have a Taylor Tavares, a Grant Matthews, Jurgen Stützle, Brian Toms. Obviously, we'll have to take somebody in the top 5. There is a goalie, Norbert Hospelt. There's also Stan Cook. Looks to be quite a few half-decent goalies, but there is a goalie projected in the top 5, the German, Norbert Hospelt. And then also Cook. Cook's got some 80s already, man. He might be insane. He might be insane. Norbert is projected top 5. It's either a winger. So it's not going to be Grant Matthews. He's 20. So we are down to either Taylor Tavares, the 18-year-old Canadian out of Kootenay, or we go for the goalie, the 19-year-old German Norbert Hospelt. I don't really have an opinion. I'm seeing a lot of Norberts in chat. I'm willing to let chat be thrown under the bus for this. It turns out trading up wasn't worth it, but hey, we cleared cap space, so it's fine. We'll go for the German, Norbert Hospelt. Let's do it. Can't win with the Tavares. Fair enough. So there you go. And we have another pick, the 26th overall pick. Let's see who's available here. First to second round, quite a few dudes in terms of goalies. My God. Salcedo, Friesen, or Kelly Sexsmith. Hold on. There does look to be some damn good goalies in this draft. There is a 4-star green in Salcedo. Sexsmith is also 4-star. Sexsmith probably is the pick, even if it's a little bit early. Or we're looking at Don Martindale, the defenseman. We're going to go for Don Martindale. That was a lot of green. We go for Don Martindale because we do have 4 picks in the second round. So we got a goalie and a defenseman in the first round of this year's drafts. Do we have anybody else that we're interested in? We can't immediately see the players that we drafted. You picked a 20-year-old. Most players are overagers in this game. So yes, we did. There was nobody else to immediately get rid of. There might be some other dudes that have to go soon, but nobody else to immediately get rid of. So we should be fine. All right, next up. Who do we got based off of known potential? We got 3 guys at 3.5-star confirmed. Also Koinisto. And then goalie-wise, there is the 4-star Kelly Sexsmith, and that'll be our pick. Another goalie. We go for Kelly Sexsmith as we will continue to try to take the best players we can as the goalies have fallen off the board. Just because it's who's projected to go next, we'll take Samuel Koinisto. So 2 goalies, 2 defensemen in this draft so far. Let's also go for... Probably don't have to take Peters that early. There are a couple of dudes that are 3-star green. Let's go for Chad Moses. Why not? We'll go for Chad Moses. And who does that leave us with? Third round, we'll also go for Lance Peters. Shout out to one-of-a-kind 74. Shout out to Rob Van Dam. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. See who else we can get here. Again, the drafts aren't necessarily as exciting as they've been. I think modern games do okay. 74 of a kind. Fair. We're going to go for Nick Coburn, the Hungarian. Nick Coburn. Oh, Otto Reyes went off the board. Gord Greentree. Good Canadian kid. Gord Greentree. We have a lot of picks coming up in the 4th round, too. So, I mean, we'll see. See what we end up with. We'll go for Emil Benda. I mean, we're taking him early. But I don't care. He's the best player available. We're taking him. That's the rule. Maybe I'll get credit for a draft steal. Out of the 3 stars, a lot of dudes projected in the 4th round. Most of them are 20. Most of them are. Ray Maloney, Ben Reynolds, Joel Chuko, Donald Landry. Most of them are defensemen. They're actually all defensemen. I lied. Chat's calling for Chuko. Whatever. We'll go for him. We'll go for him. Makes no difference to me. Also out of the 3 stars. Defenseman to glory, right? Yeah, we're going to take Stanley McAllister right now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was Chucko. I've heard Chucko and Chuko over the years. Ulf Olofsson or Clifford Stoll. Come on down, Clifford Stoll. Holy shit. Whew. This is either about to be a very disappointing draft for us or our best drafts outright. As we'll also get Olofsson. This could be an incredible draft for us by the end of it. Down to 2 stars for goalies. We're at 2.5 though. For everybody else. Let's go for the center, Daniel Laliberte. For the Drakkar, I should say. Drakkar Noir. Let's go for the Lithuanian Yuri Afanasenkov. That's how every draft goes. That's fair. It is fair. We will take Marshall DeMaio because why not? Why not? Man, we didn't get a single trade offer. Son of a bitch. No one even bothered us for McDavid. Just kind of nuts. Let's go for the Swissman, Marty Ellis. And that's actually our last pick of the draft because everyone knows that famous Swiss name, Marty. So that actually could have gone really, really well for us. We are now a veteran GM, which means we should have enough points to max out our scouting department as well moving forward, probably when we need it the least. But how did we do? Goalies. So we added 59 overall, 18-year-old Kelly Sexsmith, 4-star gold, and Norbert Hospelt, 69 overall at 19, 4.5 gold star. We should be good to go from a goaltending perspective moving forward. I would like to think. Wow. So we do have a decision to make in regards to Mark Visentin. And if we want to see what's out there on the open market right now, and I think I do, because there might be an even better goalie to bring in. Hospelt can be signed immediately. Sexsmith was Canadian. Yeah, so we can't sign Sexsmith. Shout out to Carnat Titan. The 31 months on the primer. The Grant Fuhrer amount of numbers. You love to see it. Carnat, thank you. How are you? We are going to immediately sign Norbert and put him in the AHL. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. We'll just develop him in the AHL. Sexsmith won't be signed. I don't want to do a sign-and trade with Visentin just because he actually might not have that much value. Depending on the money, which is going to be at least 3. Well, Mark Visentin's our backup next year. We're not going to get a better deal than that. $1.4 million for an 84 overall. That solved that problem. Oh, boy. Okay. OEL needs a contract. We'll give it to him. Brandon Gormley needs a contract. We'll give it to him. Oh, baby. We're going to qualify Raphael Mahou and Stefan LeBlanc. We will let go of Kevin Klein. We have Boudry, Mellock, Saunders, Mills. Well, there's Clifford Stoll, 76 overall at 20 years old, that we just took in this past draft. That'll be an ELC for Clifford Stoll. 4th round pick of ours. He's a 76. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Ulf Olofsson, also not that bad. Don't know if we want to sign him. Martindale, 4-star. Chuko, Benda, Coburn. We took a lot of defensemen. Most of them are at least somewhat serviceable, though. No one was absolutely brutal. But yeah, that Stoll pick was very, very good. Right wing side. O'Byrne's going to be about ready to sign. Got Moses at 3.5. Peters at 3.5. And then we took at least one center. 3-star La Liberté. Okay, so we do have some moves to make here. Not our best draft ever, but it was a pretty good one. We need to qualify Laurent Dauphin. Jimmy Parse really isn't that bad. He's just not going to have great value. So in theory, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, God. We will hold on to Jimmy Parse because it's a qualifying offer. Maybe I shouldn't have, though, because there might be better prospects out there. That's the issue. Yeah, I'm not going to make the same mistake. We're going to let go of Noah Rod. We are just going to let go of Braden Point, who will be NHL caliber, but not amazing. We'll let go of Henrik Samuelsson. We need these roster spots opened. La Liberté had to have been Canadian, and he is. Can always flip him for a 5th. Who cares, though? Not too worried about it. We get enough draft picks as it is. Qualify Alessio. Drop Brandon Bolig. I'm actually going to drop Andreas Janssen. I mean, we signed him as an RFA for nothing last year. Renaud will drop for the moment, too. Falkenham. Walmark. Gotta be honest, for the moment, I'm going to drop these two. We will keep Hidink because of the potential. But I want to know what options we have on the free agent list. Because there are some dudes where it's just like, yeah, it's not really worth signing them. Like, they're not bad, but I don't want to get stuck in the same situation we did last year and having to make that many trades. And if it turns out they're the best options, then we'll bring them back, right? Quick and easy. Quick and easy. See how many guys accept their contract offers, though. $41.2 million in cap space, which is a hell of a lot of money to work with. Stoll signs, OEL's back, Byzantine, Gormley, Norbert. Okay. So goalie-wise, we don't have to sign Sexsmith. We got the RFAs. I'm going to leave those guys unsigned for the moment, but a lot of them we are actually going to want to end up signing. I think we're good. Let the RFAs be out there for a minute. I need to know who's out there on the open markets before we can really decide how we want to move forward. So, we will see. We will see. Goodness. I mean, baseball, it's a bop. It's a bop, it's a bop. I just saw Stamkos went back to Tampa. Gotta figure, we got Tarasenko last year. He was a great player for us, but it still wasn't enough to get us into the playoffs. It did just say Nick Leddy could end up being a free agent. That'd be pretty nice. Hopefully Darren Helm isn't the big name that's out there. That would be a little bit disappointing. So let's see. Mike Green, Nick Leddy. Two big names out there. If we look at goalies, it's Martin Jones, so it is a good thing. Byzantine actually would have been the best player out there. Is there anybody with potential? He's 26. 4-star Tyrone Eakin. Let me go back and double check what we have for goalies here. Right? As we try to set up our team for this next season. Let's go back over to contracts. So, pretty straightforward. NHL goaltending is Taratukin and Byzantine. AHL goaltending. Horkoff's going to get dealt. Zieler's probably going to get dealt as well. So it's Hospelt and probably like a 67 or lower goalie. So we don't need a good goalie, but we just need someone to fill the role while Hospelt is there. So for goalies, we'll mark down Horkoff and Zieler as guys that have to go. Defensively, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defensively, it's tough. We got a lot of dudes who could be just about ready to develop into NHL caliber guys. The problem is the best freaking players out there right now are defensemen. Yeah, what's up? I'm doing well. How are you? Remember to save. I will. Who's the veteran out there that we want? Bobby Gopfert. What a name. John Curry, Nathan Lawson, Peter Menino. Justin Pogge. Chad Johnson down to a 61. Jesus. Poor Chad. That's not very Chad-like, Chad. I was hoping to be a really fun name. It was at the overall level that I want. Again, I can't sign Pogge, Crash. It defeats the purpose. Otherwise, you know he'd be at the top of my list. But I can't do it. He's too good. It's going to be Chad Johnson that we go for just to fill out this roster. There you go, Chad. I would sign Pogge, I swear. Defensively. So again, Green, Leddy, Eric Johnson are the big names. In terms of prospects, there's nobody amazing. I mean, Mahou is ours. There's a couple of guys at 3.5 star. LeBlanc is ours as well. I don't think there's a defensive prospect that we have to sign. But we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't go after Green and Leddy. And potentially Eric Johnson as well. On the right, top players, Carter Ashton, Colton Sevier, Jimmy Hayes, Falkenham, and Hidink. In terms of prospects, I mean, Brooke Hidink is the top guy out there. I think we had him on a qualifying offer, if I'm not mistaken, but we will send him a deal. Aside from that, Josh Ulrich, Alexi Daoust. 3.5, 77 at 23 isn't that great, though. Could try to bring back Daoust. I mean, we might as well bring back Falkenham and Walmark. Leightonen's out there, too. A couple of those 3-star guys who actually have decent ratings at a decent age. Kobe Raider not being one of them. So Falkenham, you were not very good for us last year, but we'll try to bring you back. Same for Antti Leitinen, being ELC. And Lucas Walmark, try to bring you back too after we let you go. Left wings, Lesio, who is ours. Outside of that, Julian Pelletier, who is only 2.5 green, but that's a good overall at that age. See if we can bring in a Julian Pelletier. There's a half-decent option. There's also Connor Rankin, who's in that similar group. Andrew Mangiapane. Andreas Janssen. Justin Brack. There are quite a few of these guys kind of in that group. And even Danny Vanderweel. Look at the hair on Danny Vanderweel. Incredible. In terms of prospects, Levi Cable, Renaud, who we dropped. If we can bring back Alexander Renaud. Left wing side. Let's go for Danny Vanderweel. One for Pelletier, one for Vanderweel. Connor Rankin. Might as well just give a couple of these guys a chance if I can sign them. Andrew Mangiapane. I mean, we've had a real shortage of left wings over the last few seasons anyway. Andreas Janssen. Even Justin Brack. There's also Greg Betzold. Who's a minor league scoring forward. We'll hold off on Betzold. For centers, Darren Helm, Patrick Berglund, Dauphin is already ours. So nobody outrageously good. There is Matt Alfaro. Pretty good overall. Oscar Sundqvist, Mark Arcabello. Let's see if we can bring in Alfaro. Let's take a different approach for free agency this year. Saku Kinnunen. Might as well. I didn't see what that offer was, but that's okay. I think it was RFA status with New Jersey, right? Yeah. Mr. Kinnunen, let's try to steal you away if we can. It very rarely works. This isn't going to leave us with too many offer spots. I mean, Noah Rod, who we let go of. Try to bring him back. Colton McCarthy is in that similar spot. He's also an RFA, so I doubt we end up with you, but we can try. Mark Simpson, we're not too interested in. And in terms of prospects, Jimmy Lodge, Dauphin's already ours. Samuelson we let go of from last year. I think that's okay. I think we're probably fine. Let's go for the big money offers. Try to give Mike Green 6.5 for the next 3 years. Try to give Nicoletti 6.9 for the next 4. And even one Eric Johnson. We got the money. Let's try to spend it, see how many big names we can bring in. We are tired of not making the playoffs here in Arizona. I think we've still only had the one appearance that was in season 1. So we signed Chad Johnson to be the AHL backup. Mangiapane signs. Vanderweel. Hiddink. Renaud. Pelletier. Falkenham. Daoust. Rankin. Alfaro. McCarthy. Janssen. Walmart. Kinnunen. Noah Rod. Leitinen. Of course, we have RFAs in the mix there. Kinnunen's going to stay with New Jersey. Nicoletti has signed. Eric Johnson did not, but Mike Green signed as well. So we landed the top 2 free agents in this class and still have $30 million in cap space with some RFAs to sign. But we landed a lot of young prospects. We have the RFAs to worry about. But this team, again, on paper is going to look great. As we max out our amateur scout, which is great, especially if we continue to still suck for absolutely no reason. But we're going to have a lot to do with sorting out this roster, like we always do. Just a lot of moving pieces every single year. We didn't land Colton McCarthy either. And we will match the offer for Laurent Dauphin, because I really don't want to lose him for a second-round pick. So, Laurent, welcome. Yeah, we're going to have to do the back-out thing once we get to the preseason, double-check what everyone's looking like. We learned our lesson.